Hi everyone, today I'm going to look at game airdrop on the Atom network. So I must say I'm very pleased that we're going to have some game airdrop because it's absolutely looking like a really good project. I'm going to take you through the project very slowly. So firstly, on Reddit there was a master airdrop thread by Sibaros, so thank you to Sibaros. It shows you the original airdrops from a while ago and the more recent airdrops that I'm entitled to. So I'm going to look through Game Hub today, but if you want to look at other ones or want to find out more information, please go to Reddit and look at the master airdrop thread. It's exceptional. Now, moving forward, if we go on atomtreevalue.com, we can see actually that there is a base value of Atom on here, right? However, other projects in the Atom network, because of the free airdrops, actually increase the total value of the Atom you originally invested in, and this is just a way to kind of measure that. So the more and more airdrops we get, the more and more extra lines we're going to see on this graph, and the higher the increase in value overall. So investing in Atom for me is a no-brainer. It's absolutely fantastic with all the new free projects that are coming out, and they're gifting us these airdrops, so I'm very pleased. So let's move on to game in a little bit more detail. So it's a decentralized autonomous gaming platform where players, developers, investors can come together and participate. Eventually it's looking to do MMOs, but there's a lot of different games that can enter onto this platform, and it's in its very early stages at the moment. This is their website here. As it says, a fair and secure decentralized platform. What I'm going to do is take you through the white paper. But before I take you through the white paper, I'm just going to quickly show you the roadmap that's expected. Originally, the airdrop was supposed to be towards the end of this year, but it's been pushed back a little bit towards the start of next year, which isn't a problem for me. I prefer quality over quantity, so let's see how they go with that. They've over time they're going to continually upgrade, and they're hoping to release their gaming platform by mid next year, so it might skip the large 4-year bull run that we're looking at right now, or potentially looking at. Let's see if it actually escalates again like it did last month. So I will be keeping my eyes peeled for what's happening with these projects, because this is of course subject to change the further and further out it goes. Now, what they have been doing, which is great, is they've recently been testing their speed of transactions. Over a period of 3 days, they managed to get over 10 million transactions on their system, which is fantastic actually, because this was more than Cosmo Hub and actually more than Osmosis in this time period. So they're proving that the system itself works with speed of transactions, which is brilliant, because when you're transferring products in a game and to other games, you're going to want a lot of speed and you're going to want a cheap price to do it. So moving forward, let's look at their white paper. Now, there is a spelling mistake on their white paper. Abstract. I just wish they spelt that right at the first, because everything else is really good about their white paper. It just gets to me. The white paper is the fundamental keystone of any project, in my opinion, so I always look at these in detail before I invest in an asset. If we read this carefully, it explains that it's a fair and secure distributed game platform that supports the development of new games, and it makes it easier to trade valuable data such as items, weapons, and armor in the game. So we're going to look at that in a little bit more detail. And the interesting thing is, it's decentralized, so it's no longer held by a core operator. Like, think about World of Warcraft, where Blizzard would own all the items that are distributed and have full control of that distribution. Blizzard was prone to hacks, gold hacks, and if somebody managed to hack that centralized server, they could distribute gold to everybody. So what they're trying to establish is a more safe, secure mechanism where it's decentralized and the power is in the hands of the users, which is something that I think is great and something that I agree with. Now, this is a really cool thing about this. Usually, if you're playing World of Warcraft and you've got all these great weapons and you've assigned it to your character, this happens in a lot of games. When you assign a good weapon to your character, it becomes binded to your character. And that becomes frustrating because you can no longer trade it or sell it in game to people for real money. You can actually sell your account overall, I mean, for a couple of $100 for a couple of 1,000 hours, but I'm not sure that that's fully worth it in itself. But what they're thinking of doing here, which I think is incredible, is if you earn valuable tools and items and equipment in a game and you're now bored of that game, what you can do is trade the value of that item to a lepton and then transfer that lepton to other games and use that to buy goods and services in the other games. That is wonderful, like completely interchangeable between the games. So yeah, it really puts it in the hand of the user. Not only that, these games are going to be using Escrow, so when you transfer goods with a stranger, you can guarantee the safety of it, because both goods need to be essentially uploaded to this system before the exchange occurs. So there's a comfortability and safety there for the users. So I really appreciate that. Finally, at the end, what they're really looking for is, again, to put the power in the hands of the user, put the power in the hands of you. So the more effort, energy, and time you put into a game, the more value you should technically accrue, and therefore be able to transfer to other games when you're bored. So I fully agree with that concept. It puts the value in the hands of the user. It's a massively growing industry, and I think it has a lot of legs, this project. So in conclusion, game is in its very, very early stages of development, but what we have seen is a great idea. We have over 10 million transactions in 3 days, which shows a proof of concept. We also have the idea that goods and services will be interchangeable between games, which is fantastic. The safety and security through Escrow, and there's room for loads of developers to come on that platform and help it grow. So I'm really positive about this contribution to the Cosmos system, and I think I will personally be investing on top of the free airdrop that we get. I'm very, very bullish on this. I think it's a great project and I really think it has legs. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Have a good day.